Hey guys, welcome back in. Going to continue some more Permadeath. So I did get on this morning for a little bit. I unlocked some drop pods. Picked up, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 crash ships. And I did find a hotspot for nitrogen and paraffinium. So I want to get a base put down for that. And I also realized that sulfurine farm I thought I could use isn't going to work for me. Because I need to get sulfurine and phosphorus. The planet type I have has pyrite instead of phosphorus, so that's not going to work. Although I did notice here there is curious deposits all over the place. I did find I threw down a base computer right now. There's a mold farm that has 17 runaway mold on it. So I do want to set up a little base there too. I did a couple runs of the curious deposits, so that's why I'm over here now. Just refined up a bunch of that stuff. But yeah, I got a bunch of stuff I need to just go sell off. So I think I'm gonna run around to my bases real quick and gather supplies. I'm not gonna bother with that curious deposit. There's only like 4 of them over there. So we go this quick. So I think I'm just gonna head to the space station, get rid of these ships I have, and probably just hit a couple different bases and then come back here and start building. So. Oh, and I have a bunch of missions I want to turn in too. Let's head back towards the space station. I don't think there's a hot planet in this system. It's a dissident. Look at frozen. That looks frozen, yeah. Okay. Yes, at the space station. I know I have a planet already that has phosphorus on it somewhere, because I remember picking up a bunch of selenium. So I'll just have to use a different planet for that resource. Yeah, I realized it last night that I had the wrong planet type. It's what happens is you have 2 different hot planets, and I get them mixed up. The one that that sulfurine farm is on has cactus flesh. I need to have selenium instead. So that's all right, easy fix. I should just pick up that quest, but yeah, I hate how in this game they give you those quests kind of early on when you're trying to do other, the main quest line. So I keep ignoring that one. That was the one to go to distant planets. Kind of like I think I accidentally picked this one. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of these missions before I forget them. Because I should actually do a run around to the other space stations and pick up missions as well. These things are starting to stack up. Okay, nothing in there. A few things to sell off. I am going to buy all this metal plating. grab this phosphorus. Oh yeah, my one of my frigates got damaged. I got the little message when I logged in this morning. I didn't even bother going over to look at it. I already figured something would get damaged out of that batch. Oh yeah, how many maps do I have? Yeah, I'm just gonna grab a few drop pod ones, I think. I'm getting close to filling out all my drop pods, or all my slots, so I don't want to buy too many of them. Buy a couple. Yeah, because I think I had like 42. Alright, yeah, I'll just leave that like it is. I had a couple extra navigation data. These are in my ship now. Yeah, I've been trying to pick up like phosphorus and all that stuff little by little. Okay, and oh, I can't. That's going to be out of range. Yeah, I'll have to swing into my freighter at some point too. Yeah, I have stuff that I want to drop off of my base, like some of these crafted items. You know, just to get this stuff out of my inventory. I should do something to run off that tainted metal too. That stuff takes forever to run off. Oh, I want to. Let's make a little bit of room here. I think I've got either 5 or 6 ships that I have to sell off. I like to try to clean up the area a little bit so that I can see what exactly I get to drop. And saving these green mods, actually this red one I'll end up selling. Alright, yeah, that way I can see what I get to drop out of these. Because most of them are actually A-class. I do have a shuttle. I know this is... I know the solars are A-class. Oh, the haulers. I have 2 haulers. I'm pretty sure those are both C-class. So start off with those. And nothing to get out of them. I don't think any of the ships had anything special on them. So... the other hauler, get that one out of the way. Yeah, I always check them, just make sure I'm gonna scrap the right one. I don't need to scrap a ship that has a bunch of stuff in it, so salvage. Alright, see, like I am getting some stuff adding up that I'll use. That's why I'm doing this now. I'm gonna take all these mods and just stick them in my storage container, and then use them to help roll better rolls on some of my other mods. Just switch my ship though. I think the rest of these are all A-class. Okay, and that's garbage. I don't think these go for all that much though. Yeah, it's only 1 million, so. Even though it's an A-class, but I might get, yep, storage augmentation, that's what I'm after. Scrap these. What ship do I have? Okay. I thought I accidentally scrapped that. Alright. Good. Alright, let's scrap that other solar. That one's pretty much a carbon copy of the other. So, yep, another storage augmentation. Okay, nothing in there. Actually, I wish I could use this thing for something as a little cargo ship. I'm not gonna fix it up though. I'm definitely not getting rich off these. I'm just after the storage augmentations. Got nothing out of that one. Oh, this one at least has a shield. You know what, I'm gonna take that shield, break it down. Okay, so at least I get 2 storage augmentations out of that. That'll save me a good chunk of change. Alright, just sell off all that stuff. Yeah, I hate it when I forget to sell ships and then I go to collect more of them and then I realize that I don't have room for them. I try to get rid of them when I get up to around six ships, somewhere in that area. Must be something else in there that I missed. Doesn't look like it though. Oh, I do want to switch this around. Actually, let me grab this stuff out. Actually want to toss some of this stuff in my storage containers. Need to grab some more storm crystals also. Oh, and actually, do I have multi-tool over here? Yep. Stick these augmentations in here. I think I've got some back in my base too that I haven't messed with. Okay. Yeah, I want to grab some more storm crystals for donation. Alright, let me swap my ship. I'm pretty sure I already talked to the guy here. Okay. I'm going to maybe just sell off a few of these mods. The A-class ones I keep. You know, I just want to hold on to the C-class ones for re-rolling. Oops. Get rid of these A-class. Thermal protection I won't need. The blue one I'll just get rid of that. But first I think I'm just gonna hit up my activated indium. Go grab that stuff real quick because that's just a drop off. And then because I think those are my only like 2 bases really, outside of like the runaway mold. Yeah. Where's the base I'm looking for? Oh, right there. Yeah, let's go harvest this stuff, get it filling up again. Actually, I do want to check the planets in the system too. I know I definitely did get selenium somewhere, so I'm just hoping I don't have to look around too much for a planet. I do want to get together all the plants I'm going to need for a stasis device farm. So I'm just starting out kind of small right now. Maybe expand from there. Let's see. Yeah, it's the only planet I don't know to go over here. Lost Moon. Oh, this is a blue system too, so I won't be able to bring my freighter in here. I'm just gonna pick this up, throw it right in the storage container. Do that all the way around. Actually, let me jump in that real quick. Okay, so that stuff is starting to stack up. I am gonna take some of this with me. Stick them down here. Do I have her? Okay, I'm gonna have to grab some supplies at my other base. Grab that stuff, and oh, that's a nice texture glitch. Click on this. It didn't change anything. Alright, so yeah, let's just go straight to the mixing base, I guess. That way I can grab all my nip and all that stuff out of here too. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down a bunch of that activated indium into chromatic metal. So at least get a batch of that stuff going. Well, my warp, oh, that's all screwed up too. Getting some really bad texture issues. Right. And check this. Yeah, I need to go up and see what these other planets are. Alright, let's just get this indium going through here. See, that's why I brought it down to the bottom of my inventory, so that when I click on this, it's like the first thing I see. Yeah, as you see, it only takes 18 seconds to do a batch of this stuff, so it goes really quick. The bad thing is you have to do 4 of them, 4 runs of it, so it goes super fast. Yeah, that first refiner is already done. All I do is I just get all 8 refiners going. This is the stuff that actually takes a little bit of time. The rest of them are really easy. So all you're doing is you're pulling the chromatic metal out. That's it. Alright, so all that's put in. Just make my loop around. Just put that right in my storage container. Set it going. That's the good thing about having your storage containers kind of all spaced out. I did the same thing with my carbon and my condensed carbon. I think I did it with all my ferrite metals too. That way all I have to do is put it straight into the container. It shouldn't hit storage container 0 unless the other storage container is totally full. At least I have a good amount of this stuff now. I hate having to go out and buying copper just to make chromatic metal, or you know, any of the metals actually. Something easy like this. This is a lot faster than runaway mold. The runaway mold's over a minute. I think it's like a minute 15 for each run. This is just so much faster. And I'll show you guys how I kind of portion out my storage containers when I get up there. I'm pretty sure I did it with the ferrite metals as well. I know I definitely did with the carbon. I'm starting to fill up my carbon one now also. Alright, I have one more run of this. Alright. Start cranking all this out. Actually, I've got some of that tainted metal. Let's get rid of that. Must be in my ship. Yep. So I try to be as efficient as possible when doing this stuff. That took about 5 minutes, something like that, to run off 2,000 of that. Alright, it still has like another minute down on it. Alright. Now if I go up here, I shouldn't have any chromatic metal in here, and I don't. Just pull over this stuff. Yeah, like if I look in my carbon, see how they're all like tiny stacks? But that's just because they're holding a space open so that when I go and put things directly into my inventory, it'll go into one of these smaller stacks, as opposed to going over in container 0. It just kind of hops right over it. That's why if I go in here, I should see all my chromatic metal now. And as you see, I actually have too much chromatic metal. So I'm gonna have to do something with all this extra. I'd like to only have like 1 stack of it. Alright, let's get some of this stuff put away. That's everything for there. Got some gases. Sulfurine. Yeah, you see I did the same thing with the sulfurine. So all I have to do is just put it directly in. Oh, nitrogen. I thought I had more nitrogen. Well, I will shortly. Alright, let's go back over here. I've got some activated indium, some emerald. Oh, I have that magnetized ferrite. See the same thing with the magnetized ferrite, how I have these different little stacks. So all I do is just pop it right in. Okay, I'm good on cobalt. Actually, let's grab that small stack of this. Get all these crafted items put away. And I had more stuff to put in here than that. Oh, I want to open these up too. Alright, so I got some lemming to put in there. These mods. I can't remember what the heck I'm doing with my sodium. In this one? Yep. Sodium's kind of an oddball one. You can use it for a bunch of different things. Alright, so that's done. Let's grab that stuff. And actually toss this down. I've been using some of the storage in here for different plants I'm picking up. Get all this put away. Switch the order of these. And I'm gonna have a bunch of nip to put in here. Move this up. Oh, ECM. I should be able to just put that right in my storage container. Alright. I want to grab gold. I might end up using some solar panels. I need to find a resource for gold too. I'm waiting to find one of those glitch planets that have silver and gold together. That's why I haven't been setting up a gold farm yet. Alright, and all this chromatic metal. Let's sell off 5,000 chromatic metal. And I'll go grab my nip. Alright, so that's done. And I don't know if there's anything in here. Alright, let's actually I should be good. I have a whole stack of that stuff. I'll grab these nanites. Just gonna grab, how much space do I have? Okay, yeah, as you see, I unlocked a bunch of slots earlier. Typically, I put my Atlas Pass in my last slot, typically. So I did unlock quite a bit. Let me grab out this oxygen. Get a little bit of carbon going here. Oh, actually, yeah, I do want to make up. What do they call them? Yeah, there's something here I want to craft. I can't remember the name of it. These nanotubes. Let's go right to 20. Alright, so that means... Let's go grab a couple things to refill that. Oh, I'm gonna need regular carbon. Carbon and ferrite dust. Whoops. Oh, I need like a whole stack of that. Let's grab from here. Yeah, see, everything's all portioned out. That way it automatically will drop in a slot. I think I'm actually going to just head up to the space station here. My crash ship isn't back yet. Eventually, one will spawn in there. Takes like a week or so, depending on when they actually do reset. I think Friday's reset because of the weekend mission popping up. So. See if I have the planets here. Nope. That's not gonna be what I'm looking for either. A rainy planet. I didn't even know that was here. Not gonna work. Like it could be a desert planet. Alright, we have our selenium planet. I actually hit the space station first so I can drop off all this stuff. And I'll head down to that selenium planet and see if we can get a selenium and phosphorus together. Oh, and I did find all the creatures on that last planet I was on. I don't think I uploaded them though. Get in here. And I think I'm just gonna get all my silos in place too for the gases. I'm gonna need 8,000 gas and 800 of the minerals for these stasis devices. But I think I'll just go and get everything in place now. That's why I wanted that extra chromatic metal also, because I'm probably gonna put down 4 extractors. So wait, what's got a mission here to craft a microprocessor? Let's do that. Do I have to do something stupid though? I've never seen that before. Okay. So it came up as already crafted. Oh, nice. That is the easiest mission I've ever done. Oh, they're gonna want me to like deliver it to somebody. Yeah. Okay, at least it's in this system. Alright, I can do that. Do it later though. I want to check with the guild guy over here also, because I haven't been over here in a while, so it might be a new thing for me. Okay, yeah, I'll grab that. Yeah, anything to donate? You know what, let's just donate them. Yeah, because what I want to do is unlock this, the frigate module. I actually have quite a few of those. I think I've got like 10 or something. So I have been getting them from missions. Okay, let's get rid of all that nip-nip. See, I like to sell to the NPCs, because sometimes they will have stuff I'm looking for as well. Okay, soon I'll have a base for some of this stuff. What about that platinum? Right, let me see if I can grab like 100 platinum off him. Yeah, because I think some of the freighter stuff takes platinum. The rooms. Grab that and sell off all that nip-nip. And okay, so that's 6 million. And I want to sell off 5,000 of this. I wish we had the ability to split our stacks in this screen too. If I was smart, I would have put all this in my ship and sold it out of there. I wasn't thinking. Alright, sell that off. Oh, I never took this stuff out of my ship. I knew I had more stuff to put in my storage container. Just put in here. Oh, I have a module to sell off. Actually, take a quick look at this fighter. Is that the... No. I thought it was a different fighter, actually. But it is an A-class, so... Oh. I saw this outline, I thought it was a supercharged slot. Let's just go ahead and buy that. Pt20, it's too cheap though. See, that's only 8.5 million. I want them to be like around 12 and up. I'm actually taking a bit of a gamble on this ship because it's only, it was only 11 million. There is a chance I might get a storage augmentation out of it, so. Okay, and it didn't pay off for me, but I do have 3 modules I can sell, as well as the junk from it. So, get rid of that junk first. Yeah, I just have to find a place that has a first wave exotic, and I'll have plenty of storage augmentations. Okay, so sea glass. Oh, that's my pillar. Okay. So we'll sell these modules. We'll get down to that planet. So. Here. Oh, and actually, I'm gonna grab metal plating, and I think I'm gonna come back to this system to find my hotspots. I want to get those other 2 bases put together quickly, though, because it might take me a while to find those hotspots. So I want to at least get these other bases put in. I'm gonna need 9 silos at each base, plus my extractors, so I figure around 130 metal plating per base. So I might have to buy some more. Alright, let's just start off. Let's go to dioxide first. Yeah, I still have that freaking texture issue. Alright. So... oh, I don't want space stations, I want bases. So radon dioxide, I'll go over there, get that one out of the way first. Yeah, I figured that way at least I can get these built pretty quickly. And I'll come back, I'll do that delivery thing, and then I'll go find my hotspots here. And that'd be good. Try to get all the gases and minerals squared away, then I can work on getting all the plants together that I'm gonna need for liquid explosive and or for circuit boards and living glass. Alright, so there's my temporary dioxide silo. So actually I'll just harvest that when I get stuff going. Alright, that's where our ship is gonna be. Where's my ship? Okay. Well, my ship is gonna be in the way, so I'm just gonna put that over here somewhere. I probably don't have it. Okay. I was gonna say, I wonder if I don't have enough fuel on it. Alright. So our radon is over there. There's some metal fingers. I should try to harvest those too. Okay, so this is not going to be a fancy base at all. I just want to try to... okay, and that's already extended out, so I don't have to do that. So... kind of do like my typical like basic little setup here. I'm just going to put down a couple of those. I don't want to build too high off the ground because, as you see when I loaded in, I fell right through the trade station I was at. So loading in is still a problem in this game. Even after 9 years, you still fall through the floor and stuff. So you don't want to make your base high up in the air. In Permadeath anyway. There is a good chance you'll fall to your death, or at least break something. You don't want to break stuff. So, let's go make this blue. Alright, and hopefully I have what I need for landing pad. I always like to just get a landing pad in place early. It makes getting in and out of the building early easier, and gives you a little place to hide. You have to step away. Let's toss our door on. Try to make sure that's the same. Okay. And I'm gonna get my silos in place first. Okay, radon's gonna be over there. That's over there. And why do I have a silver door? Okay, and I'm not gonna worry about these silos sticking through the top. So I'm just going to put down regular size silos, I think. Ow. No, I will shrink them. They look stupid when they stick through the roof. I really wish either they give us a different silo or make them a little bit smaller. I like to get things kind of exact when I do this because kind of OCD about it. Alright. So, our silos. Okay, I can build 25 of them, so I have a good amount of metal plating. So I'm just going to get the first one put in. Alright. So we're just going to copy that. Make this one blue. And put one over here. Make that one purple. Gotta remember to put the thing down first. So purple. Alright, at least those are in place. And actually, I'm gonna have extra, because I want to get a bunch of dioxide going. Actually, I need to harvest that before I do that. Actually, let's toss in our teleporter while we're here. At least that will be done. Oh, I never looked for electricity here, did I? Yeah, it's probably not going to be worth it. Let me go harvest this. Just toss it in my ship for now. So I'm gonna just delete this thing out. Now hopefully I can connect right in, wow, right into that pipe. Okay, I got lucky there. Because sometimes, for some reason, the game will forget that this pipe is here, and you'll have to run it back. It's super annoying, but it's one of those things. And we'll get that connected in. Now I'm gonna want to collect more of this, because I want to make more frost crystal back in my base eventually. So I am going to put down an extra silo for this. So my workaround for that is I'm just going to put a temporary silo out here. You know, I'm just going to stick it over here somewhere, just make it a different color. And all I'm going to do is tie right into one of the other connectors on here. That way when I get all the extra dioxide I need, all I have to do is delete that one silo and it won't screw anything up. Alright, so that one's all set. Actually, let me get a storage container put in also. I do like to have the option of just dumping stuff right in Zero. Because when you're doing stasis devices, you don't have all that much room. Because your stuff, it adds up so quickly. So, so I'm gonna need, how much power here? I can never remember how expensive these buildings are. So I got 10 for the room. So 30. And that's 5. So just 50 here. So it's the same setup as an extractor. So I'm just going to do 2 panels. Just going to stick all this stuff back here. 2 panels. 1 battery. Of course, it's nighttime now, so I can't check anything. For some reason, I can never get my batteries down during the daytime. Alright, let's go check our radon. With the radon, actually, let me see if I can use this cave. Yeah, this will work. So, I'm gonna do, let's go to the right screen. So I'm gonna need to get 8,000 of this. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a wire on the ground. And I'm gonna glitch 6 silos here. Now I'm doing that just to save on building parts, because otherwise I would have to run a short piece of pipe in between all of these and connect them. Whereas if I glitch them all on the same point, they all share the same pipe instead of having a bunch of separate pipes. But that's about the extent of like exploiting I'm doing on this. I'm doing it mainly because this is how I would do it on normal mode anyway. We'll just connect into that. So that only gives me 7,000, so that means I do plan on doing four extractors at that radon site. So we'll get over there. Okay. And it is a C class. Alright, and what I want to do is try to find a good spot here. All I do is build a wall, toss in a few floors. A lot of times I just do like a grid like this, just to make finding the center of your hotspot a little bit easier. And I'm not going to bother trying to get for 40%. 38 or 39 will work fine. I'm just going to drop down a wire to glitch on. Alright, and let's see. Take my gas extractor. Yeah, I can build 13 of them. I'm gonna only build 4 of them, but they're all gonna be on the same point. Just check that. We have 39%, that's good enough. So all I'm gonna do is delete that. Just keep my wire there. And delete all these floors because I won't need them anymore. And copy that wall. Glitch a wall there. Glitch a wall on this side. And do a wire glitch so that you have just a wire here down at the bottom. Connect to the opposite side. And then do another wire here. Connect to that wire you just made. And then delete everything else. So effectively all you did was you moved your wire down a little bit so that you can lay this right down on the ground. And go with our gas extractor. I'm gonna hit the wrong thing. Just gonna make it purple and glitch in 4 extractors here. Right. So for each extractor, you're gonna want 2 solar panels and 1 battery. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use that wire I already have. I'm gonna glitch 4 batteries. I can build 8 of them. I'm gonna have to get more materials. So I'm gonna just glitch 4 of those. I'm doing it like this for the same reason. It's just to save on having to run wire between everything. Alright, and so I'm going to need to have 8 solar panels. So I'm just going to put 8 solar panels on that outside connector. Those are in there. Just connect your wire from your solar panel down to your battery. And it looks like that. See, this shows that it's powered on, but it's not actually powering that. So you just want to make sure you connect from your battery into your extractor. That should be your 1,000, or well, it's going to be a little under 1,000. It's going to be like 960, something like that an hour, which is just slightly under diminishing returns level, so you don't run into an issue with that. I should be able to connect this right into those silos I put down in the ground. Just go to the opposite side of that silo. And I'm actually going to pick up my beacon as well. Alright, get back up here and just verify everything's connected. And just do a little bit of cleanup and that base is going to be done. Alright, so radon we want 8,000, and we get 8,000. It'll take just over 8 hours. With stasis devices, you want to make sure any silos or anything you put up, you want to make sure you have all your stuff within 16 hours. The main reason is the bottleneck with making stasis devices is going to be your cactus flesh and selenium, because those both take 16 hours to grow. So, like, I would be perfectly fine if I only did, you know, if I only did 2 silos here, or 2 extractors, that would have worked perfectly fine too. You don't have to really work with stasis devices. You don't have to really worry about your class of your the class of your hotspots. I've done entire farms with nothing but C-class hotspots, and they work perfectly fine. So, yeah, it's that 16-hour wait time that is the bottleneck, and you can't really speed that up. You can, in a way, but you end up planting like 2 or 3 times more plants than you're gonna need. So most people don't bother with it. Because, I mean, who really wants to go back and make stasis devices every 4 hours? You know, you're gonna be maxed out on credits, you know, pretty quick anyway, so it's kind of a waste. Because for the longest time I was making stasis device farms that were like 64. I would get 64 a day, and after like 2 weeks, you're maxed out on credits. So, without doing anything else, so it's fine for, you know, if you have a lot of people that visit, you know, the base to make them, then it might be worth it. But when you build bases nobody visits, then it's kind of a waste. And you're using up all those extra parts too, because, you know, this little project alone, it's probably between all the bases, probably 4,000, 5,000 parts. Most of that comes from actually, probably not that high. It's probably more like 3,000. Most of it comes from plants, though. Probably between, you know, 2,800 and 3,500, something like that. Alright, so let's get that deleted. And move our base computer up. I like to try to keep my computer somewhat close to the door so I can interact with it from the inside. Looking for that little light. Yeah, that little light, if you tilt counterclockwise to about this position, it moves your screen in kind of a nice angle, or like a straighter angle. Just do that. Let's just make this blue and give this a name. So this is going to become Stasis 1. Stasis 1, and then I put what the items are. I'm going to go radon. Oh, actually dioxide radon. Alright, and get done. Get a little picture. And change the color on my door again. Alright, and hit upload base. Yeah, that's been a problem for like 5 years now. These things visually keep changing. The Frontiers update was a good update, but it broke a lot of stuff that they still have not fixed. They haven't even looked at fixing. Alright, now I am going to need to grab some more materials. Let me do a quick check on some stuff. Okay, I think I'm gonna need gold. Probably condensed carbon. Alright. Gold condensed carbon. Metal plating. Okay. Let me toss down a little store thing here, trade terminal. Actually, yeah, I can actually just run up to the space station and come back down. I think this is a rich economy. Oh, it's developing. I can probably get some gold up there, though. I think gold is what's holding me back on some of that stuff. Unless I have a gold deposit here. Doesn't look like it. Go to up to the space station. I want to find balanced high tech. Okay, let's go to this opulent system. They should have quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, so one good thing about going over here is I can check the mission guide and sub off any stuff I need to. It just dawned on me, I'm pretty sure I have a stack of gold in my ship. So I might have more gold than I think. I might not need to grab any. Yeah, I've got a stack of gold in here, so I should be good. I do want to grab metal plating though. Okay, just take all of it. And check the mission guide. Okay, the quads I'm not going to bother with. Alright. Alright, that's good. Check the, oh, like that ship I'll probably get a augmentation out of. It's expensive though. 16 million. Let's take a look at this. This might become like my new little cargo ship. We just got to trade first. How much? Actually, I will grab. Actually, I'm gonna build a paraffinium base. So. See what I'm looking for, something kind of like this, but in a C class, something that's cheap. I'm gonna buy this one just to sell, just to scrap rather. Actually, what I would like to get is a hauler, like a cheap C class hauler. I thought there was another ship that landed here. This one's kind of right on the edge, where it's probably not gonna give me anything. I'm just gonna run over and scrap that real quick. Oh, we have a yellow exotic. Okay, this one's kind of on the smaller size, and we'll buy that up. Always check what they have for trade first. I am gonna grab 20 jelly off him. I'm just eating through jelly. Actually, let's go back in there. Let's I don't want to end up grabbing a ton of those though. Let's go grab another 20. Alright, and we do have some gold, so let's buy all this gold too. Even though I don't really need it. Alright, the supercharged slots are kind of crappy. At least I can see all of them, so let's just negotiate price on that and buy it. Because this I'll get 3 storage augmentations out of, and I actually kind of like the yellow one better. But oh, I don't know why I just switched ships there. I didn't mean to. What is this? That's an A class. Let's go buy this one too. This I should be able to get an augmentation out of. Actually, let's buy 4 of those. I need anything else from him. Supercharges aren't that great. Buy it. Okay, B class Explorer, all set. Alright, let's go get rid of those 2 ships real quick. Yeah, I always check these X-class mods because they can be, I believe 34% is the highest you can get. So I always try to check those. Just stick this in my exosuit for now. So I should hopefully get, oh boy, I got a bunch of junk now. I'm hoping to get 2 storage augmentations out of those. Okay, so we got 1 there. Go to the other shuttle. Oh, I'm gonna have to actually go interact with it. I hate how they do that. Like, if I did a reload, I'd be able to just pull the ship right in. Yeah, you have to physically interact with it. Yeah, I have all my ships in the space station now. That means there's, when that happens, less NPCs show up. So that's why I kind of wish they would change that. Oh, I want to break down anything that's in that. So a couple junky ones. Out of range, you've got to be. Nah, I'm not gonna bother. It's nothing good in it anyway. We'll just scrap that. Alright, so yep, 2 storage augmentations. Now got my radiant pillar back, so I'm just gonna move those into there. And let me just, oh, actually, let's leave the radiant pillar there for right now. See if there's anything I can donate up here. Okay, so I did get some free launch fuel and that. Radon's unlocked. Okay, let's donate that. Yeah, I'm not donating those though. I'm gonna hold on to that other exotic for now. Alright. Just sell off that stuff I just got. My inventory looked good for about 10 minutes. Now it's all messed up again. Subatomic regulators. Look at that. Get rid of that. So I did lose some money there, but not very much because I did get that exotic. That was 37 million. Okay. Oh, I want to move that. What's that long nose? That's an A class. Yeah, I'm looking for one of these in a C class. Just as a secondary ship. Let's sell those mods off. And take this extra dihydrogen, stick it in here. Yeah, I'm trying to get as much like the dihydrogen as I can. What was that, a fusion core? Let me see if I can donate that fusion core. I think it's Mercenary's Guild that takes fusion cores, but I can never remember. Oh, I got hot ice that I can buy now. Okay, so it's not him. I know I have some fusion cores in my filler, so let's go toss them in there. That's a 29. Yeah, I want something bigger than 29. See, I'd like to be able to take like all my nip and just toss it right into my ship, and then just bring it all there at once. Okay, let's toss these in here too. Okay. Now let's swap my ship back and get down to the next base. I shouldn't need... I probably have to get some condensed carbon, but I can just do that with my nutrient processor. Okay, let's get down to that lush planet, get that base started. So, your bases. Okay, so nitro para. Alright, and this one should be pretty quick to set up as well, as my hotspots are only right around 300 units away, so I don't have to, I don't think I have to stretch anything here. And I wasn't able to find an electric hotspot here, so I'm going to be using solar panels and batteries again. Just get loaded in here. And there's also a crashed A-class ship here as well. So eventually they will repopulate, and I think they do it right around on the weekend. The ships will show back up. Well, they typically do anyway. Alright, so we do have storms here, which does kind of suck, but it's not too bad. If I remember right, just trying to figure out where the heck... Okay, yeah, that's where my crash ship would be. My paraffinium is actually out in the water, but my nitrogen's right up there. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'll just get a structure put in. This thing is going to be in my way. Let's move my ship down there. And I have this plant here too. So this one I will probably build up a little bit higher than I typically do. I just want to try to avoid this thing because it will respawn at some point. I mean, you can destroy it a million times over if you want, but it will chill back up. So what I'll do is I'll go up 3 this time. Actually, let's move this over. Be somewhat in the middle of this little saddle. And move my base computer over here a little bit for now. And just pretty much do the same setup I've been doing. I've been doing these, you know, little, I just call this like a, you know, little, you know, like material base, like a little grab and go base. And you're not going to stay here to do anything, you're just going to hit your silos and leave. Sometimes I don't even bother with a landing pad, that's how much time I spend. But this planet does have a lot of runaway mold on it. So I will have a landing pad here. Let's just go get this put in. This is going to be for nitrogen and paraffinium. So I'm just going to go with like green. That way it kind of fits into the colors of the planet a little bit. Okay, so yeah, this thing's going to be in the way, but luckily it'll just be on the landing pad when it does grow back. Let's just go toss on a door. And let's get our landing pad in place. There. Go in this direction. Yeah, I try to get my monitor up in this corner because my ship will land facing this way. And when you exit your ship, you exit to the right. So when I pop out of my ship, my door's right there. So that's why I like to try to set it up like that. There are other times where I'll put the monitor over in this corner, and that will have you facing directly towards your base. Sometimes I like to do that. But typically those are the only 2 orientations I use. Alright, let's get a teleporter put in. And it doesn't have to be like perfect or anything, but try to get it somewhat close. Now I am gonna need the same deal here. I'm only gonna end up pulling 45k out of this, so I'm just gonna put down 2 solar panels and 1 battery. Trying to do this before nighttime, that way I can check all my levels. Alright, so that's done. Yeah, while I'm in this menu, just toss on storage container 0. That's all set. Okay, and get my first silos in place. And I'm going to do the same thing with the wooden pallet. Just to get my scale right. Just toss down 2 of those. Make my larger one. Alright. Just jump up here. Alright, so I'm gonna have, you know, paraffinium pulling in from there. Nitrogen pulling off of the other side somewhere, if I can find it. Well, where's my nitrogen? I'm pretty sure it's on this side. Not seeing my marker for it. There it is. Okay. So I'll just have both of my silos be on this side. So grab my first silo. I can build 26, so I brought enough metal plating this time. Put that in my cache. Grab my larger pallet and glitch it in. So I have a tan one on this side. Make a copy of that. Put down a purple on this side for paraffinium. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna have an extra paraffinium here. I'll put it in after though. Okay. And while it's fresh in my mind, I'm gonna need, because right now, okay, I'm good on those, but I'm not gonna be good on batteries. Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna be good on batteries. I need to get more condensed carbon. I'm pretty sure that's what's holding me up for that. I'll just go into my ingredient storage and just bring 1,000 of that over. So I'm gonna need to build I'm gonna need 4 or 5 batteries. Let's see. Okay, now I can build 9 of them. So yeah, that's what was holding me up. Actually, while I have this out, actually, I'll do that later, because I might not find the other 2 hotspots I need. So I'm gonna get nitrogen out of the way first, because I'm gonna need more silos for that. What I'm gonna do is, over here, I do have like a little cave. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna end up putting down 6 silos in here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a wire on the ground and glitch in those silos. Alright, so those are all set, and just run my pipe right back over here. And connect that in. Alright, so that's all set. Now I just have to do my my extractors. I think this was a higher class hotspot, if I remember right. Nope, it's only C class. I think nope, they're both C class here. Actually, I think this is something else. Yeah, that's a different, I think that's like copper. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Just try to get as close to 40% as I can. Right now it's like 38, but that'll change here in a second. I'll put down my wall and do like a little platform again. See, is I want to get, you know, between 38 and 40%. So do a little platform, make it easier to line things up. $38. Forward, go backwards. 39. Yeah, this has like this one's kind of tight. I might only be able to get 38% out of this. But doing it this way, just a lot easier than trying to go over uneven ground. So I'll glitch in my first extractor. As you see, I can build 5 extractors. So I'm actually going to probably have to get some chromatic metal at some point. Alright, let's take a look. We've got 39%, which is fine. Okay. Now if I look at where that wire is, I'm just going to take that out. Take out all this. Yeah, I don't plan on anybody actually seeing this thing. You know, if I was, you know, a little bit further off the ground, I would probably not bother dropping this, but I am gonna drop it just so it's makes it look a little bit better in case somebody actually does come here. So I'm gonna do the same thing, just do a wire there, get a wire there, then just delete everything. I'm gonna go ahead and just take that beacon with me too. A lot of times I wait on the beacon, but I just want it to be out of the way right now. So I'm gonna put in our extractors. I can build 5 of them. I only need 4. So I'll just glitch in 4. And all I'm doing for this is hitting the placement and you know, up at the top you see it says toggle wiring. I'm doing that and hitting R2 on PlayStation controller, which is your typical placement key. So get those put in. Those should be good, and nothing's powered up, so I can't check anything right now, but I know there's 4 of them in there. What I do is I wait to see the placement animation end. That's how I know that it's actually glitched in correctly. So I'm gonna need, for this, I'm gonna need 4 batteries and 8 solar panels. So I'm just gonna put my 4 batteries in. If I can glitch them, I can build 9 of them. I only need 4 though. Two, 3, 4. That's all set. And what I like to do is I'd like to put my solar panels right on the battery. That way I don't have to build like a wire. So, I'm gonna need chromatic metal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put down storage container 3, I believe. Now I don't have to actually power this thing. All I have to do is go to where it says transfer item. It's going to be triangle. Go over to my storage container, and there you can see all my chromatic metal. So I'm just going to dig out 1,000 of that. That should be all I need. Get rid of that. Actually, how am I set on? Actually, let's bring that container back. I want to grab some more pure ferrite as well. So, container 3. Yeah, you can access this stuff without it being powered. So, go back over here. Grab some more. Oh, I don't want 3. I want number 2. So go same thing, just bring over what you're gonna need. Alright, I do have some pure ferrite here, so let's grab 1,000 of that. And I should grab some magnetized out of there too. Gonna fill that up. Have an extra one here. Alright, let's go back in there and let me grab a little bit of regular ferrite dust as well. Just to fill that up. And delete that. So yeah, you don't have to power those. You can just do the transfer thing, which is really good to know early in the game as well. Because sometimes you just don't have, enough solar panels and stuff. So you have trouble hooking up your storage containers, even though they don't take much power. Or you run into an issue where you only have a solar panel, you don't have a battery yet. That way you can still transfer things back and forth without running power to them. So let's get our solar panels in place. Okay, yeah, now I can build 22 of them, so I don't have to worry about that. So just build 8 of these. Just make sure you're building on the same glitch point. Alright, so that's 8 of those. And put our wire in place. And get that connected to the extractor. Alright, so that's totally set up now. I can't see, I can see my percentage, but when I get this hooked into a silo, then I can see how long it's going to take. It should take a little over 8 hours. It should be like 8 hours and 5 minutes. Let's run this back. What I'm looking for is that little cave where I had my silos. Just have to find it now. Leave camera view. I know I didn't put it in that big cave. This is a small cave. See, this is where caves are nice because you can hide stuff really easily. Alright, so that should be all set. I just want to verify everything looks good before I work on the next one. Okay, there's our 8,000. When we finally get daylight, I'll be able to see how long it takes. Let's also put down a save point while we're here. I try to put things in the same spot, but sometimes you just can't. I'm not a big fan of having it between those, but that'll work. Do a quick save. I'm actually gonna step out for a moment, grab myself a water, and use the bathroom, and I will be right back. Okay, guys. Now that we're back, we have power, and yeah, as you can see, it'd be a little over 8 hours, so I should be alright there. Looks like we have a storm going on. Let's just do a quick recharge. Alright, let's go get our paraffinium out of the way now. Now just make sure I can build enough silos real quick. Actually, I'm only going to need 1 silo for that. So, but we are out in the water. I do things a little bit different in the water. It all depends on how deep it is. But with this, I don't think this is very deep, so what I do is I just scan for my hotspot up here, so it's all locked in. See, with this, I'm only going to need 1 extractor, so I'm just going to put it down on the ground somewhere. Alright, we have a B class. And kind of do the same thing. Just try to get close to 60 as I can. Alright. Let's see what looks like under me. So, yeah, it's not very deep, so what I'm going to do is just drop down. Same deal. I'm going to come up a little bit higher. So, it'll look like this. And do the same thing, just build a little platform. Just because it makes it a lot easier than trying to find it under, you know, under the water. So I'm actually going to expand it this way. Way don't walk off the edge. And try to get as close to 60 as I can. So over this way. Get back on 59. Yeah, you can get them like dead on, like 100% each time. You know, 60% in this case, but it's really not going to matter all that much. So let's toss on our, switch on our extractor. And see what we get for a percentage. 59%, it's good enough. Now I'm just going to delete everything but this one tile. That way I have something to stand on, because it's a pain trying to build in water doing this. So we're going to delete that. Yeah, sometimes I just leave them sticking right up out of the ground like that, or right up out of the water, like that last one was. But this one I am going to just drop down. I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing, is, you know, do a wall there, and just build down until I get down here. Do a wire, and same thing on this side. Do a wire, and delete everything. But even if this thing, because sometimes when you're pulling your wires down like this, sometimes they can shift a little bit. But you see how this is underwater and nobody's ever going to see it? I'm just going to glitch on the extractor and not really care about it. So find our wire. Just make sure I go to the side that's closest to my building. That way I know it's facing the right way. Switch that on. And I'm going to grab our battery. Switch that on. And our 2 solar panels. Put one there, one there. Do the same thing, just connect our power to, you want to make sure you're actually going to the battery. It can get kind of tricky, but you'll notice because that little power thing will disappear. Alright, so that's all set. And connect your extractor in. And go ahead and just get rid of that. And get your pipe. Yeah, the minute you move, you're going to end up back in the water. I had about 300 units to go on this, so when I get to about 150 or so, I'll put down a pipe and continue the run. So all I do is I just kind of look at where I am there. So I'm still 132 away, which is fine. I'll just drop my pipe down here and make my way up to my silo. Now I'm going to want to put an extra silo here for now. It's going to be a temporary one, just like at that other base. So all I'm going to do, like I know my silo's in this back corner. All I'm going to do is drop down, put an endpoint there. I try to always connect into the back side of my silo. That way you don't see the pipe in the base itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out this temporary silo. Once I get enough materials for my stasis farm, I'll end up coming back and deleting this. All I want to do is just take that and just tie it into one of the other outlets on the silo, and that should be all set. Because you only need to get 800 of this for 16 stasis devices, so you do end up with a good amount of extra. And then we go 6 hours, which is fine. And it'll be even less, it'll be closer to, you know, like 3.5 hours when I get rid of that other silo, so. Oh. I think that's everything here. Do a quick save and move my base computer. Oh, it's down here somewhere. But yeah, these little bases like this is, you know, these are little material bases that are just quick and easy to set up. I try to kind of do them the same way each time. Alright, so this is going to be Stasis 2. Let's go Para. I can never spell out paraffinium, so I always just do Para. Para and Nitro. Alright, and that one's all set. Do a quick upload. Oh, I should have grabbed a picture. Yeah, we'll give that a few seconds. Yeah, typically, when I do like a full-size stasis device farm, like my nitrogen and paraffinium would also have living glass at it. So typically, you know, you would have your 2 resources like I have normally, but outside of these 2 sides, I would have all the plants I need for either living glass or circuit boards, whichever one I'm building. But because I'm doing this one differently, you know, this is you know, just a different way of doing it. It requires one more base, so. Alright, let's grab a screenshot this time. Sometimes it is kind of nice to actually see your base in the teleport list when they actually do show up, so. This is actually a pretty nice planet. Nice planet, but it's super hilly. So let's get that uploaded. And I always make sure Discovery Services is active. And while I'm in here, let's get all these guys uploaded. Alright. Get all this stuff uploaded. Yeah, I wanted to go around to the other planets in this system, kind of run around them a little bit, get a bunch of scans in. But yeah, this planet's got a lot of curious deposits all over it, and you also got ancient bones, which is really good for money as well. Let's just upload that. And upload that. I still have more creatures over here to find. Get these uploaded though. Yeah, I'm trying to get a bunch of nanites together. Even though you only get like 3 at a time, it does add up over time. Alright, and I've done over here. Yeah, I still have a bunch to get over here. I can do an upload all, but that screws up the system name when you rename it. Actually, let's rename this system. Give this a name. is going to be Y51. Yeah, I always go with like just short names. Alright. And that one's done. Alright, do a quick check. See if there's anything I need to bring in. Should be good there. I might have to bring in stuff for batteries. It all depends on... Oh, I'm not going to bother with that runaway mold right now. I want to get to that other system. And... Oh. Man, they got to do something with these textures. God, you can't even barely read those. Go to your bases. I'm going to go to my mixing base. Let's just warp over there. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't fixed some of these texture problems. They've been in the game for quite a while, too. I don't know, maybe they don't test things out on different systems or something, but friggin' annoying. Alright, I know that I have crafted stuff in here. Let me just put this is my exosuit. Alright, let's drop these off real quick. Alright, I'm getting a lot of those things now. I need to start buying resonators instead. Wow, I'm getting really low on circuit boards too. At least that's a easy one to craft. Pull some of this stuff out of here, try to make things look a little bit more normal. Alright, let's drop off that dioxide. This side. Yep. Grab some pure ferrite. And I try to keep some of the stuff topped off. Oh, I don't. I got plenty of that. Alright, so as you see, I am going through the chromatic metal pretty quick. But it's really easy to do. Okay. So... transfer that launch fuel. There we go. Put that in my ship. Do I have some of that? Okay, I got some in my ship. Let's toss some of this in here. Alright, see if there's anything else, and there isn't. So, let's head back. Actually, I probably have a couple plants I can grab in here. Yeah, let's grab those real quick. some of this stuff stacking up. Oh, and actually, I don't have much time left, so let's go do that delivery mission. I'm gonna try to get on tomorrow morning and see if I can get hotspots for that last base. Yeah, let's go do this delivery. Drop that off, and then I think I'll hit the anomaly to unlock the rest of the blueprints I'm gonna need for stasis devices. Let's get this delivered. Actually, is that gonna be our target planet anyway? Okay. I'll grab the blueprints next time. I think they're gonna send me to a trading post. Actually, this will give me a chance to see what this planet's like too. Yeah, if I get on tomorrow, see if I can get the hotspots mapped out and get that last base put in. Then I need to get all my plants together. Yep, trading post, good. Yeah, get that last base put in. Start working on the plants. I do have a different method to make those plants. You can make your plants in the refiner. I have to actually look it up because I always screw it up. But as long as you have some to begin with, which I do, it doesn't take too long. You either mix it with salt or oxygen, something like that. I always get it confused because you can make up either like dioxide and frost crystal, you know, depending on what items you use. I just have to look it up. So let's go get this delivered. That planet actually looks pretty good, so get that done. I thought for sure I was gonna get attacked by like a pirate or something during this. And actually, while I'm here, let me see if I can buy some microprocessors instead of having to craft them. I don't want to use up all my carbon nanotubes. Alright, let's it's a lot of money, but that's alright. I have money now. I don't have to worry about it too much. Alright, we'll complete that and get my hypercore. And alright. I need to stop looking at ships to buy to actually get some of this stuff done. Oh, actually I got a few minutes here. Let's bring this thing in. I know I have at least one frigate that got messed up. Well, let's go see if I can fix that. I need to craft some more fuel and stuff too. These guys taken care of. Alright, and okay, got my dream aerial recipe. At least I got that nice and early. I don't even pay attention to what I get out of these half the time. Okay, so what did I get out of that? whole lot of junk. Okay, well that could be cool. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna bother sending anything out right now. Because, actually, how much fuel? Oh, well, alright. Well, let's, see what this broken one is. So... You do want to be a little careful repairing these. I'm going to do a save, just in case something happens. Alright, so I'm going to go to teleport onto this. If for some reason my game crashes quickly, it's because I fell through the friggin' floor over here. I've had really good luck with it, but I've had a couple close calls on like normal mode. Of, you know, your landing pad just not rendering fast enough, so you end up falling, and if you're lucky you can get back on it. But let's just try this little gamble. Okay, so we should be good. Yeah, sometimes you'll fall through, you know, you'll end up landing like down here or something. Permadeath, you don't really want a chance messing anything up. Isn't there like a... Oh, this thing's all messed up. Yeah, and you don't really want to be jetpacking around out here or anything. And they don't really do too good of a job marking things. Once you do them a few times, you kind of know where the stuff is, but... I'm gonna go downstairs. Yeah, it's pretty cool that you can come over here and like fix them and stuff, but it's kind of annoying. After a while, if the same one gets damaged a bunch of times, I just get rid of it. Right, so it's not on this side. Yeah, the markers, they mark them pretty poorly. Sometimes where you're running around in one of these for like 10 minutes just trying to find the terminal. Then you always have a chance of not having the resources with you. That's why I try to bring, you know, like silver and platinum and gold a lot of times. Now I'll go find my ship. Get out of here. Yeah, for the longest time I would actually fly my ship over to here because I didn't trust the teleporter thing. Alright. Oh, that's where you speak to the captain. For some reason I thought it was an NPC. Yeah, as you see, I'm not used to repairing these things. Alright, and... just get back to our ship. Just gonna ignore this, go back over to here. Oh, I don't want that ship. I want this one. Oh, I should have sent out some frigates. You know, I just don't have time for that. Let's, I'll send them out in the morning. I might want to try to pick up a couple more too, because I don't have any industrial frigates, so... what I've been doing is I'd like to have a crash ship towards my sites. So I'm just gonna start searching for one now. What is that? Oh, ancient ruin. Alright, let's see if I can find a ship right away. Alright, got distress signal over here. Go see what this is. Yeah, now that I have a freighter, I don't have to fix these things in the wild because they'll spawn back in my ship. You still have to fix them, but you don't have to fix them out here. So even, like, if I'm low on resources or whatever, I don't have to worry about running around and getting resources together to fix it. Do it later on. Okay, so we have a hauler. I didn't notice if there was a emergency beacon though. If it's a hauler, it's probably going to be a C class. Okay. Yep, the C class. Yeah, for some reason I can't find anything higher than C class for haulers. So I'm gonna just go ahead and fix it. This is where it's good to have resources right on you. You don't have to sit here and make up a bunch of stuff. Alright, so that's done. And I always save after claiming it. Just out of habit more than anything. And also if you screw up the little riddle thing with the distress beacon, you can do a reload. Alright, so got some nanites out of that. Yeah, I think I have all the recipes unlocked, so sometimes you'll get nanites, sometimes you'll get upgrade modules. Oh. Must have gone to the larger beam spread there. Alright. I'm not going to bother with all the other garbage. Let's see if we can get another ship. See, like, I have a bunch of stuff already tagged on another planet here. Okay, so we do have abandoned buildings. So, do another one. See, I have stuff tagged on another planet, but you still have to go through and scan for the other buildings, like abandoned building, observatory, and there's another one. Crash freighter. So once you get those all tagged on a single planet, you should get nothing but distress beacons. And hopefully no NPC at the ship. What I'm looking for right now is like an A or an S class crash ship. And see if I have hotspots around it. Okay, we have a fighter. The first time I've seen a crash fighter here. Hopefully there's no NPC. Yeah, there's an NPC. What's he want? Alright, and talk to him again. Alright. Credits. See, I only stop here now for the when there's a crash guy, mainly to grab this stuff. Sometimes they can give you like upgrade modules or nanites or units. Normally not anything too special. Alright, let's try one more and then I've got to go. We have Fertile Gex here. I'm seeing those quite a bit, actually. Okay, so there's only 6 creatures here, so this should hopefully be a quick planet to map. Creature there. Okay, 5 creatures done already. Got sack venom. Alright, so what are we missing for a creature? Rare underground, my favorite. Yeah, I don't see a cave around here. Alright, let's do a scan real quickly, see if we can find a crash ship. Then I've got to have it off. Okay, we've got another distress beacon. Crash reader. There we go. Yeah, so get on tomorrow and start scanning around for hotspots. This looks like a pretty decent planet, though. Okay, so we have a shuttle. Now this, I'm hoping this is going to be an A class. Let's take a peek. You used to be able to just scan them and it would tell you. Okay, we got ourselves an A class. So we're just going to do compare claims. Fix it real quick. Luckily that's already fixed, so I don't have to worry about it. Alright. Actually, let's just see if there's... Okay, we have a gas here. Alright. Grab this. Nanites. Alright, so how far away is that? Yeah, I just don't have time. I'm just gonna save here. I'm pretty sure a ship just landed. Let me just jump into photo mode real quick. That might be like right next to a trading station. Nope. Oh, there is a big cave over here though. Wonder if that last creature will pop its head out. Don't see anything. Don't see any little red markers anywhere. Alright guys, I've got to head out. At least got a few things done tonight, so we'll just pick up tomorrow and go from there. Well, I appreciate everybody checking this out. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.